Welcome to the Senka Agency, located at 4 East Washington Street in historic Bath, New York. Hey guys, Mike Lanning, local realtor, Southern Tier and Finger Lakes with Keller Williams, and I'm here today in Bath at 4 East Washington Street at the Senka Agency, and I'm here with John Senka. Hi, John.
Hey, Mike. Good morning.
So glad to be here. I want to tell folks that you and I have known each other for many years. I've actually known the whole family from your time growing up in Odessa with me.
Yeah, dating back to the 80s, early 80s.
Yeah, and we haven't really seen each other in probably over 30 years, I was
Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah. So I know that the Senka Agency here in Bath, a lot of people are going to think out there that because they know your dad was an insurance guy in Odessa for many years, well respected, that you probably just took over his business, which I know isn't the case. So can you talk about that?
Yeah, it was back in 02, Mike, even though, I was a second generation agent. I didn't ever work with my dad other than mow the lawn for years. Everybody knows that. I was a fixture there. But I was working at Progressive Insurance as a property casualty auto adjuster just prior to opening the agency in 02, which puts us going on, about 17 years since we opened. Scratch. I was fortunate to get an appointment with Erie Insurance, which is our flagship carrier.
Right.
They're a stellar company. Offer a full line of commercial and personal lines products. But it was actually against my dad's wishes. He said stay working in corporate America, 401k, good Benny package.
Right.
And a couple weeks later, came home and said, I'm going to start my own agency. I made a decision and I put in my 2-week notice at Progressive.
Was that a little scary?
Yeah, it was a huge leap of faith.
Sure.
Leave a good job and, get that first $400 commission check for your first month of work. From 6 a.m. till about 10 p.m. cold calling. But
well, and I can relate to that completely in terms of building a real estate, independent contractor that I am.
Yeah.
And just a few months in, it is a leap of faith, and it does take, some belief that in time it'll take off.
Well, yeah, I mean, and you don't give yourself the option to fail. You go,
Right.
I've got to succeed. I've made the choice.
Yep.
And, the opportunities there, and you wouldn't be doing it if you couldn't succeed in the field.
For sure. Yeah.
Sure.
So let's talk about the line that you have in terms of products and services. I know you said, professional and personal. Talk a little bit about what you focus on here and what your products are.
Yeah, as opposed to a lot of the products, I like to give examples of, other businesses that we insure, with some of our, larger account, we insure everything from, like Eastern Metal of Elmira. They're one of our bigger clients. They're about 100,000 square foot sign manufacturing company that makes highway safety signs. And we, everything from products, completed operations to, large structures. We insure right down to, craft vendors for, going to the fairs and selling their homemade products. Auto insurance is pretty much our forte. It's the background that I came from.
Right.
It's the caveat into, our personal lines products with, home, umbrella, boat, RV, motorcycle.
That's bundling, right?
Yeah, bundling as many products as we can together. We sell full line from life insurance. Is another product that we sell here. Kind of my dad's legacy. He was a life guy. I lean more towards the commercial and the property casualty, auto and home side.
Well, you do life, and
yeah,
life is maybe what, 30%?
Life's probably less than a quarter of our actual makeup of our business because we are predominantly on the auto, home, personal line side. But like all the agencies, you want to round out your accounts to have a good and healthy mix of commercial and personal lines.
Yeah. So after all these years, now that you're, I guess you could say you're pretty well established here in Bath now.
Yeah, we have roots in the community here. I have most of my rental property locations are here in Bath too, just from a maintenance and service standpoint. It's convenient. I still have a couple rental properties in Schuyler County, which is a good opportunity, to get back to, that area, a good excuse.
Right. So I've been asking everybody about the importance of local commerce, and certainly hometown guy that you were and still are, even though you're in Bath, with those roots, talk a little bit about why that's so important to support the small businesses and the local businesses versus, the chains and the franchises.
Well, yeah, sure. Like, everybody wants to keep their local, their dollars here, and your small businesses are just continually giving back support to the community, whether it's, athletics, whether it's, fundraisers, just direct involvement in the community with your Chamber of Commerce, your local fraternal organizations, your Elks Lodge and Lions Clubs, from supporting your local fire departments, whether it's monetarily or manpower.
Right.
I've cooked chickens, we've, sold 50/50s, and, that communion with the people that make your business great, ultimately are our customers.
Well, and I have to say, John, having come in here, first time I've been here is this morning. When I walk in, it's such a relaxing hometown feel.
Yeah.
We got, what's his name, Max?
Rex.
Rex. Well, first thing I walk in, Rex is on the couch over here and greeting people, and just really a nice atmosphere, and definitely a hometown feel.
Well, we like to think that, our customers become, literally our friends and family. Yeah. We feel the loss of their pain when they lose loved ones, and sharing their joy when they have kids and things like that. So, we are a big part of our, we'll call it our insurance agency family, apart from, our own biological family. But.
Sure. Yeah. So really, what do you like the best about, I'm going to guess that probably a lot of it's the people, but what do you like best about what you do?
There's a great work-life balance, that comes with self-employment, a certain amount of stress, but work-life balance, that's great. My communion, I guess, with the people in the community, not doing the same thing every day. There's days when, I'll go out and cold call, meet business members, sell insurance or hit the road, and there's days that, I spend the entire days in the office, working with the rest of the staff here. And there's a lot of days that I spend outside of the office,
Wow.
So, I think everybody strives to have, a great work-life balance,
right.
to...
And I think for me, the cold calling that you mentioned, I could probably learn a lot from you on cold calling, but that is kind of a double-edged, where it's sometimes the most fun thing to do, but it's also very difficult.
Yeah, it is. It's it takes some time. Some people don't like to do it. Some people, selling's not for everybody. For me, I find, I'm like you. I like to hear people's stories, how they started their business. Mm-hmm. The struggles that they've gone through and endured. You take something away from that. I think that you gain some wisdom with that community with other people that they're hustling too, and they're self-employed, and so you hear their pain, you hear things that work for them. You get a lot of creative ideas from the people out there. In some cases, get you out of the office and get you in the community, and again, it's a great mix.
It is, and it makes you realize that it's not just about business. That you're building those relationships,
sure.
and
or it's not just about insurance. I love when somebody comes in and it has nothing to do with insurance, and they, hey, I'm thinking about starting a business. What would you think? That's a feather in my hat to
sure.
To think that somebody would come to trust in me and say, hey, you're somebody I know that I can ask. I feel comfortable.
Right.
I get a lot of young guys, but hey, I'm thinking about going into business. What do you? Hey, that's great, follow that dream, realistically, you got a business plan. Well, I can help you a little bit with
great.
that, to what some
experience.
Realistic costs are, what your overhead is, some of that thing. So, when you get that, that's, like you said to me, that's a feather in your hat when
sure.
someone's coming to you with questions.
And that leads into the next question. You may have already answered it for people, but I want to give you a minute to think about it. What do you think is the reason you want the public to know that they should come to the Senka Agency?
Say we take the extra time, go the extra mile. Insurance is a product that not a lot of people understand. We truly strive to educate our customers, to where they know what they're going to get paid if their home should burn to the ground. How much liability coverage they're going to have protecting them in the event that they're involved in a catastrophic accident. If people don't understand the products that they're buying and how they're going to function, then we haven't done our job here. So I think, between the friendliness of our staff, the quality of our customer service, and the commitment to make sure that our clients understand the products that they're buying and how they're going to perform in the event of a loss. It's we've seen people suffer terrible losses, and you take pride in the fact that you had adjusters there, writing checks, for tens of thousands of dollars directly after a loss, so people can, go to hotels, buy clothes, until
put it back together. Yeah.
Until you've seen somebody lose everything that they own. It's hard to comprehend the scope of upset in their life.
And I think that's a great point, because I sit here right now thinking that, we think of insurance as, like a protection, which it is, but we don't. I think a lot of us often think that could actually happen to us.
Well, yeah, one of the things I always tell people, we always tend to shop for the cheapest thing,
Yes.
Or the cheapest product or the cheapest service. But, I always liken it to, if you have big legal troubles, Mike, are you gonna search out the cheapest attorney
Right.
that you can hire to represent you? If you had, some serious health issues, are you going to seek out the most cost-effective, the cheapest doctor you
Right.
can find? And our products are not always the cheapest. Our products are a good value, but we're not always the cheapest. But a lot of our products are some of the most comprehensive that you can have. And when people see the difference between maybe some mediocre coverage to go, this is a superior package.
Mm-hmm.
Most people, given the choice, would say, I'd spend the extra $79. It's worth it to me to know, that I'm totally protected. I have, guaranteed coverage.
Well, and the older I get, the more I realize, John, that you really do get what you pay for.
Yeah,
in a lot of ways.
It's true with insurance products, and I said, we're lucky that I'm not crossing my fingers when the fire whistle blows. That I hope this isn't one of my customers that's underinsured. I go, hey, this is an opportunity to demonstrate the value in their policy, and how the scope of comprehension and in the coverage.
Right. So, who's John Senka outside of the agency and the business guy and the successful entrepreneur? Who are you? What do you like to do? And
like my dad, family's always been important. Spent a lot of time, with a lot of wakeboarding, motorcycle, a lot of alternative sports. My son Johnny's 6, and he's been, racing motorcycles for 4 years now. We live an active lifestyle, ski, snowboard, enjoy basically some of the things that the Finger Lakes have to offer,
Great area.
Whether it's, boating, kayaking, rainbow trout season just opened.
Yeah.
And so, we try to really pursue the activities that are right here in our backyard.
Yeah, wow. So, family guy, just about what I always pictured your family as being, very family oriented.
Yeah.
Just like mine. So, it's, I think, comforting for people to know that there are a lot of business people in the area, a lot of which I have already interviewed. By the way, I should let everyone know, including you, you're the 20th interview.
Really?
Can you believe
great.
that?
That's great.
And I've, so many more already scheduled, but yeah, 20. And this has only been about 3-4 weeks, so
Yeah.
it's a lot of meeting people.
Well, it's a great program for all involved.
Yeah.
Frankly, to get their names out there and understand. I've enjoyed the the interviews. Like I said before, with meeting the other business people and throughout this area in the Southern Tier. I've enjoyed watching the other places that I've always gone but never knew the story. I just watched the interview with Bernie Murray, and it was a great interview, and I look forward to hearing the stories of other business people in the area in the segments.
And you're a part of that now.
Yeah, no, great, and I'm happy to be a part of it.
Yeah. So anything you want to say to the public before we sign off and give them your contact information? Anything that we didn't talk about?
No, probably the message that I convey to most insurance consumers is to make sure that you have an agent. I know it's a trend to buy online to save money. The most affordable means of buying insurance products are through an independent agent that's selling for multiple companies, and as a brokerage that works for you. When you call a .com company, there is nobody that works for you. Everybody works for them. Your independent agent works for the customer, not for the company.
Yeah, and that's really the definition of an agent.
Sure.
A good agent is personal.
Person who sells you a really inferior policy over the internet, they don't have to see you in church. They're never going to see you in the grocery store.
No emotional contact.
To see the personal effect of the shortcoming of the coverage. So, whether it's me or whatever agent in your local communities. Is to buy your insurance products from a local agent.
Yeah.
That's probably the strongest message I can convey.
Well said. And how about giving them your contact info?
Yeah, we're always here. We're been here for about 4 years at 4 East Washington Street in Bath, New York. We're available on the web. You can always find us on Facebook. And our number is really easy to remember. It's 607-776-7000.
Well, it's been a real pleasure catching
Mike,
up with you
it's
after
been
all these years.
Great interview.
Thanks so much.
All right, thank you.
All right. Come in and say hi and let Rex greet you. That is, if he's not napping.